Joined by my analyst B Cop.
All I wanted was one cookie, and I'm the slowest eater I think I've ever seen in my life before. That was all I wanted.
Amazing. Anyway, so game 2, VICI versus Elephant. Probably one of the better game ones we've had so far this tournament. One of the better games in general. I think it was a good fun to watch. Lots of interesting item builds, lots of interesting heroes. No Sven.
That's the best part. No Sven.
It's a thumbs up from me.
I'm right there. Double thumbs up. No Sven. Keep it that way, please.
Some interesting item builds, though. It'll be interesting to see if Elephant end up regretting some of their item choices in that game. Like no MKB on Troll, like the Orchid Aether Lens on Wyvern, then still dying every fight because he has no blink for the Night Stalker or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll be a little bit disappointed, but again, I still think either of these teams can beat each other relatively easily.
And that's why we said this series was going to be the most exciting one of the day, because it felt like these two teams are very close. Like they really are just like, it's a pick 'em. It really, like you said, I think you said in the first game, it's a coin flip, honestly.
It's a coin flip in the sense we don't know who's going to win. But like VICI were clearly played much better last game, I think, especially towards the end. Like their support duo scaled much better as well, I think, with the Wisp and the Tusk. This Wyvern didn't have a game. Undying felt, it falls off a cliff generally most games. So obviously the Flesh Golem's always going to be good with the damage amp, but against the Zeus just kills the Undying straight away before he does anything. Like double Thunder God's Wrath, you can drop a Nimbus on him and he's probably dead.
Or two.
They
tried to kill Somnus with that double Nimbus. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I think the big moments in that game for me was in the Radiant top jungle, where they tried to jump the lifestealer, they didn't quite kill him. And then when they killed the melee racks, but the troll, like the Queen of Pain and everybody else died anyway. I think those were the two big moments in that game. I think Elephant could have definitely won with the items that they had, but they misplayed like a couple of fights, right? I think the troll MKB was the only one that really stood out for me as like being something they had to buy.
It was just the itemization and just really that Zeus. I mean, we came out of that game and we were both like, wow. Like, yeah, the face of that game is definitely Erica on the Lifestealer, but the fact that Zeus was able to get away with so much, and that was off the back of Ori having an amazing lane. What we've been seeing from a lot of teams as of late is focusing on shutting down Ori. And it really has shown, because there have been times where VICI just kind of like shut down. Ori doesn't get anything, and all of a sudden he's trying to recover. Like we've talked about in the past, the Sven and TA, which VICI have played before. And then they shut down Ori. Ori needs a way to recover on that TA, which is usually going back into the jungle, but Sven needs to farm the jungle. Sven needs to get ahead. Sven needs to be 3-4K ahead. So they just, when they were able to it threw me off, when you're able to shut down Ori and all of a sudden he's not able to make that recovery, it's a big part of what VICI are throwing at you. I think Ori's the playmaker. He's the one who's like the showstopper on this team. So when you take that out of the equation, things get a little bit rough for VICI, and Elephant failed to do that in the last game.
Yeah, no surprise to see the Wisp banned out though. That hero was too strong last game. I'm interested to see what Elephant pick here, because this first pick Sven, they will have known this was coming. I would have if someone said at the start of the day we will only see Sven in 50% of the games we cast, I'd take it. You know what?
Yeah,
50%, that's fine with me. Like if it's not
considering it was 100% yesterday.
Yeah, if it's not 100%, it's a win, B-Cop. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
and they're
100%.
really thinking about this pick, because it's almost like, well, do we want to pick this like, early Undying, like flat, this is a strong hero? Okay, cool. I was going to say, I want to see them do something different, and I didn't know what that different was going to be, but they go for the Omni.
Yeah, and this is something that VICI kind of made popular. They were taking the Omni, throwing it on DY, and now Elephant have picked it up first pick. Do I think it really needs to be the first pick? No.
Well,
I don't think it's going to get swiped. I don't know. I don't.
Because if they don't take it, VICI are probably taking it afterwards.
You think
and
so?
It's like, I love this pick though. This is the old school counter to the Omni, because Rubik, anything you steal from him is really strong. An Omni Lesh from Elephant, I don't mind this opening either. I think both teams will be okay with how this has gone. Like Omni with the Leshrac feels really strong, having that hero that you can just enable in fights, right? Lesh comes online earlier than the Sven. You know, before he gets his BKB, Lesh can just run around and try and find him in the jungle, pick him off in fights. And this Omni has to be really careful with his positioning. I think, I'm assuming it's Red Panda going to be playing the Omni. That if you pop the GA, obviously when the Sven hits level 15, the Stormhammer has that Dispel. So you need to pop the GA after the Sven's done as hit. When the Sven's level 15. So you have like a really small window where the Sven's done hits, and then you need to pop GA before he bursts someone down straight away.
Ban the PA. I'm sorry, I had to really squint my eyes for that one. Invoker also getting banned. I guess I'm okay with the PA getting banned. I don't think PA without the Magnus really farms a comparable amount to the Sven. Even with the Battle Fury, right? I just don't think the build-up's quick enough.
The Battle Fury, it's not just about like, the Sven is still going to farm faster than you until you farm your Battle Fury. That's just the way it works, right?
Yeah.
You build the Battle Fury so you can keep up with the Sven after you've built the Battle Fury. Like, you're always going to accept that he's hitting that timing quicker than you are, with like getting his like BKB, for example, right, on the Sven. I'm trying to think of other carry heroes that they would pick against the Sven. I think that like Life Stealer is something that we've seen a huge amount of, and when you've got this greedy 5 in the Omni, I think having that strong laner is pretty necessary.
I like the Void ban though.
Yeah,
and the Viper ban. I mean, I get a little upset because I've been loving seeing the Viper in these games, but it has been probably up there in terms of heroes banned in this event. Excuse me, sorry.
You're having a mare today, aren't you? What's happening, Beacon?
I hiccuped.
First,
it just came out of nowhere.
You're trying to eat cookies. You got hiccup. You're just disrespecting the stream and everybody watching. I can't believe it. It's unreal. Look at that face. He can't take it. No. Take those glasses off. They've probably got a smudge on them.
No, I already cleaned it. We're okay. Coming at me.
I think Earth Spirit is another hero here for Elephant that we have to be thinking about. Against the Rubik in particular. FY's played it pretty well this tournament. They might feel like they want a range hero that has more wave clear, potentially, but Earth Spirit's okay.
The Viper has been banned 27 times. Or no, sorry, 24 times. And only picked 3 times.
But it's one of those heroes that you don't really want to first phase that often. In like the China teams don't want to. But they don't want to play against it. Like, so it's quite often just a second phase ban. Yeah, and there's the Earth Spirit. I'll be honest, I'm not going to clap myself for that because I don't think it's that crazy.
Okay, I mean, I thought it was a good pick.
Stay humble.
I thought it was a good. No, you're man of the people. I got to clap for you. You know, your chat's collective thought.
That's true. Imagine if I was the collective thought of everybody in Twitch chat. What a nightmare that would be. That's not a. Yeah, I don't want to do that. This Oracle pick's really good. This is not only like it keeps the Sven alive in the early stages of the game versus the Lesh, like before he's really ready to like fight into him. It's the purge for the Omni Knight Guardian Angel. It's a purge against the Magnetize as well. Like the Fate's Edict is really good against Earth Spirit in general, just to stop that magic damage. It's good against the Lesh to stop the magic damage. And Elephant will probably be like, right, now we need to pick a hero that finds the Oracle at the start of the fight every single time.
Night Stalker?
That was the one that I was thinking of as well. But then their laning Sage doesn't look great if they pick the Night Stalker. Like Storm, can they pick? But then they've got Lesh mid potentially already as well. It's just a little bit awkward. But they need something. They need something that jumps the backlines because that was their problem last game. And if they're playing against Oracle that does a similar job to the Zeus, then that sense of like staying behind. I mean, I don't know what they pick here. This is a difficult one. Maybe
I
like
think Night
Nature's
Stalker
Prophet.
just fits. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think Night Stalker's like the safe. It's like the go-to for like gap close to get on the Oracle and things.
Yeah, it's the silence that really does it.
Yeah. And it's like we've said, when you're playing against these heroes that in the 5 role that don't offer huge amounts of damage in the early starts of the game, like Night Stalker should have an okay lane now. Because the Oracle can't really right-click him down or anything like an Undying would. You need a few more levels on the Oracle before you can really bully.
Okay. And I like that. The disengage with Stampede's always nice. Even the engage could be really nice with the Stampede. I'd like to see somebody with some mobility for VICI over mid. I wouldn't even be upset with Puck.
Not sure how much I like Puck against Omni and Night Stalker. I agree with the sense that they need a hero though that makes space and plays the map. I think relatively quickly. I think something like Ember could be fun.
Yeah.
Like more of a BKB carrier than. What else could they go?
Void Spirit still in the pool.
Disband by Elephant.
Oh. Yeah.
Sure, the classes haven't got as much on the beaker. We haven't seen much Kunkka this tournament either. That's been another one that's, a bit different.
I'm not even gonna guess anymore. I can't say.
Are you ready for the Elephant Razor B Cup? Are you ready?
No. Death Prophet. Invoker. Viper. Is it working? Is the laugh?
It's not.
Is the laugh there so you guys don't make fun of me for not seeing Void Spirit banned? No.
Everybody does it sometimes. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody in Twitch chat that believes they've never tried to call a hero that's been banned before, you're lying. It happens to everybody at least once.
There's just too many bans. I can't keep track. That's why it's just one ban per game. That's what you need to go to. Just one. God.
Is it in the first phase before the picks, or is it like towards the end of the draft?
It's right before the last pick. It's kind of worthless, honestly. Could you imagine there's no bans? How ridiculous would that make Dota?
Ridiculous, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sniper. You know what? I was thinking that. Well, as well as Void Spirit. Don't give me that look. You don't know my brain. You're not in my head right now.
You can't just say, "Oh, I was thinking of Sniper," when Sniper's never picked, and like.
That's not true. VICI pick him.
I'm not having it. You can pretend if you want. That's fine. I'm really interested to see what they pick here to round off their draft. I think they need some more early game damage.
There's the OD. I like that pick.
Okay.
And you know what? Just to piss you off, that was in my brain too. I was going to say that. The problem with this is you don't understand that the fact that my brain is just saying every hero all the time. So I can just say that because you want to know what's also in my brain right now? Ancient Apparition mid? Why don't we do that? Ogre mid? Ooh, Clinks. Okay. We've seen this a couple times. And it's done well occasionally. I think Elephant's lineup, though, might be a little bit glass.
It's kind of, but it's also very like tempo focused in the sense that if they get ahead, they will stay ahead, like hunt supports and things. They'll be able to kill people quickly. If they have a bad laning stage, which has potential this game, then I think they really struggle to find the farm they need. What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing at anything. Stop calling. Just let me live my life. Just come on. I'm getting bullied here. Production threw me under, and then now you're just jumping on.
I was just trying to do my job and do.
I am doing my job. My facial expression.
You're just sat there laughing, B-Cup.
I'm picking VICI.
Yeah, I think I'd do VICI as well. But I can see if Elephant get ahead, how they would just run at them and like non-stop.
Yeah, I can see that.
because they have no cooldowns or anything either, right? Like it's GA, I think is the only cooldown they have. Whereas if you look at VICI, it's like we have to play around God's Strength. Like obviously we kind of want to wait for Sanities and Stampede if we can as well. They're not all necessary, but yeah, they're a little bit more greedy of a lineup. Like OD and Sven both need a bit of time to come online. So Elephant need to abuse that fact and just play like hard tempo, which we've seen them do this tournament. Like they have torn teams to pieces at like that 15 to 20 minute mark before the BKBs come online. I'll go Elephant just to, I want to see a game 3 actually. That's the real win if we get a game 3 in this series.
It's the man of the people pick right there. The people aren't happy with the bullying, though, I will say.
Oh, they'll get over
it. They will, I guess. Oh, man. I'm excited for this game. What I've noticed, actually, is I need a standing desk. Because I've been standing a lot during the games. Hovering over my computer.
Yeah, I don't know. Standing desk is like, meh. I'm too lazy.
The next label play.
Prepare for battle.
I'm actually just going to get up right now.
Our production just go back to Beacop's face for a second, just standing up in front of his camera.
Stop, don't give them ideas. I'd appreciate that if you didn't. Nice. Luckily, there's ads on the screen, so they don't want to cut.
That's true.
Saved by the ads. Speaking of Sapphire Nitro, I thought I got a video card today. Came in stock for like 2 seconds. I purchased it, and they were like, your order is processing. I was like, oh my God, Evan. I contacted my brother. I was like, I got a graphics card. This is crazy. I got an RX 6800. And then all of a sudden, like 5 minutes later, they were just like, yeah, we canceled your order. We don't have it in stock.
30 seconds to battle.
It's like, then I had to come cast, and I was pretty gutted, yeah.
Ooh, so, Rubik. Ooh, early damage from Somnus. He was trying to check for a ward, but gets punished hard for that. Started boots first as well, so he doesn't have a huge amount of regen.
No, a stack of tangos. He's already got the salve queued up.
Yeah, he's going to need one as soon as he can in this lane. Like, he's going to have to pop at least 2 tangos. I make him sound like they're drugs. Pop 2 tangos.
Yeah, he's going to boof him.
And I meant paracetamol, chat. They're the only drugs I need.
I'm worried about this Clinks.
How so? Why are you worried about the Clinks?
I just don't think he's got enough survivability against this lineup.
Okay. Interesting. It kind of goes both ways though. That if the Clinks gets gone on, then yes, he will be in trouble. But at the same time, like if he's able to get his damage off in fights, then he will kill them really quickly. We've talked about this minus armor build against Sven before. You know, if you can get this like Medallion Deso online, you will kill the Sven quickly. He might decide he needs to go Orchid though to help like try and deal with this OD potentially. Be interested to see.
Not so fast. All wands will break.
I will say that, I mean, laning a Centaur against Clinks feels a little bit sad because you don't have a huge amount of armor to work with, which is why you see he's gone for this Ring of Protection first.
Yeah.
Like he needs as much physical damage protection as he can get down here, especially when Clinks gets level 3. I think the damage really starts to hurt.
And you can see that he wants to try and sustain in this lane. He's going into the Ring of Tarrasque early. That's what he's got up queued up first. Bracer and then a Ring of Health. Like, he really wants this HP regen.
I find it interesting as well. China seem to really like this Clinks here at the moment, like in occasion.
Yeah, we've seen like SCCC play it a couple times.
It seems to be like a situational pick, whereas in a lot of other regions I haven't really seen it at all. Its Earthquake manages to... Oh, he doesn't stop the pull in the top lane. A range creep manages to... so the range attack from the neutral attacks the Oracle. So a bit accurate. This Ori's doing really well mid on the OD though. We should probably mention that. He's owning right now. Like 13 and 5 to the 10 and 1 of Lesh.
Dire's top
Much
tower
better
is
start
under
for him.
attack.
Quink's actually 100% win rate in this event so far. Erica played it once, and actually the one game that IG took off of Elephant, they won.
They played really well around that Clinks in that game as well, so good to see.
Yeah, it was with Beastmaster, OD, Phoenix, and Ogre, so a much different lineup around it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Do you think the OD goes Meteor Hammer this game? What are we thinking?
We saw
we've
that
seen,
completely different OD build yesterday, right?
Yeah. We've seen Urn Rush, we've seen Meteor Hammer Rush. So I wonder what OD will go for this game, because I don't think you have to go either of those. I think, like, for example, like it could go just, you know, this Dragon Lance kind of build into like a BKB. But I think the Meteor Hammer to help you farm and like push out waves and things, like obviously combo up with the Astral for kills, was really good.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I think if you go Meteor Hammer and have that extra bit of lockdown on the Clinks, if you find him, it could be really beneficial.
Ori knows the Earth Spirit's missing here, and there's a 4-minute rune spawning, so he was playing a little bit safe there while the Die Creep Wave was under tower. Just making sure he didn't get rolled on. Lots of magic damage coming through from Elephant, potentially.
And we've seen some great performances from Erica on this Sven as well. We've seen just great performances by Erica in general.
Bot lane, FY's coming over here. Did the Dire see him? I don't think they do. Oh, they do. They've got the ward on the high ground next to the tower, so they see FY down here. You see DY just hanging back, like ready to pounce in return.
Yeah. There's the Telekinesis with the Double Edge and the Hoof Stomp. They get the easy kill on a Red Panda. They look over at FY. Some purifying flames damage, but happy to be healed up.
Oh, I thought Yang could have died there. They have the Sven stun into the Astral, but decided not to go for it. OD just decided to run back Meg straight away instead.
You want to know what's crazy?
What's crazy, B-Cop? Hit me.
Oh, no, never mind. I thought this was over the last 3 months. I was kind of confused. Sorry. I thought I sorted by the last 3 months on what Erica's played recently. And he's up top getting chased by Yang. He should be okay. Yeah, so I thought I sorted, and I didn't. I saw that Erica had 2 wins with Rubik, and I was like, is that recently? It's not.
This laning stage was going really well for the OD at the start, but this Lesh has started to catch back up again now. Somnus having a much better time, and now he's hit this level 6, he can just start running around and finding stacks in the Dire jungle, which you see, he's going to run into here and be like, hell yeah, this is what I came for.
Trying to take those stacks, not if he dies though. This is what I've come for, this is why I'm dead.
I think if you make that play though, you have to like hope that, like, tell the Omni and the Night Stalker to come over as well, right? Like, you can't just run in by yourself. It's not going to work. He got some of the stack though, to be fair. Got a decent amount, at least, so that's something.
I will say, by the way, 12 games on this Sven, 84% win rate for Erica on it. DY up top, in trouble. A couple more shots. There's the kill. Yang gets it. Using that Dark Ascension to get under the tower with Red Panda. Get that kill.
US bot lane as well. Doing a lot of damage to the Centaur, but
is under attack.
no stuns, so. Are you ready for the Sven to start hitting jungle creeps, B-Cop? I hope you're hyped.
I'm hyped.
Whoa, look at that farm speed.
This is crazy.
Nice efficiency play from Erica there as well. Uses the arcane ring before sending it back to base.
He's going to try and take this ancient
Dire's
stack.
top tower is under attack.
As
Oh,
Eurus,
Eurus.
going down to DY. Over Bob.
Yeah, they had a sentry set up and ready as well there. I mean, lifting to stomp into the Oracle Nix is always going to be enough damage at this point in the game.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They have a lot of burst.
And they're wrapping. They might even be able to find the Earth Spirit. FY is in a horrible spot.
Radiant's middle tower
Ooh,
is
good
under
roll.
attack.
Stormhammer, he's still dead though.
Yeah, he doesn't have range ups, so he's 100% here to... Up here, I don't
He
just
comes
decides to run
over.
up to the high ground.
Yeah, but he's fine. This is almost seeming like a little bit of a bait. Somnus coming over with Pulse Nova, where they'll use the Stampede.
I love that status resistance
Dire's
on
middle tower is
the
under
Astral
attack.
Imprisonment. Looks so
Dire's
stupid.
structures are fortified.
OD almost ran out of mana there. That was quite impressive. Oh, he's farming with Orb with 2 points of Flux. Right, okay. He's going Blade Mail as well. Cool. Up against the Lesh? Sure. Earth Spirit as well. A lot of uncontrollable damage.
Bit of a different build again on the OD.
They're playing really well around this Lesh though at the moment on Elephant.
Radiant's
They're like...
top tower
They're
is
trying to
under
force
attack.
objectives down, like the Omni Knights just sat behind him. They're kind of just doing their thing, right? Imagine if they had 4 points in Edict at this point. He'd be incredibly strong.
Going into the Yules first. I'm always a big fan of Yules first on those Shrek. I think it's very strong.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind that.
Radiant's middle tower
This game
is
especially,
under
like,
attack.
just to set up for kills on, like, the Centaur or the Oracle, I think. Just in general. It does have less... We've talked about this, though. Building the Yules against Sven, obviously, it has less capability than normal games.
Red Panda in some trouble. Fortune's in. That's going to lock him up for a second.
It actually might be
Ori?
okay. Yeah.
Not going to commit to this.
See,
Radiant's
FY's
bottom
only almost
tower
level
is
4,
under
by the way, at
attack.
10 minutes into the game. Not been able to do as much as he normally would. 0-1-0 at 5 CS. Hasn't really achieved anything so far. Which, when you're playing these roamers, is...
Ooh, rolling on to Ori. Boulder Smash out. And now the Geomagnetic Grip. But he's got some distance. Turning this around. Going after FY with the
God
Astral
Strength.
Imprisonment. There's the God Strength. There's the Storm Hammer. And the kill. Two-man stun from Somnus, though. We got Eurus over to the side. Somnus taking a lot of damage as the Sanities comes in. They've got the
G-wise.
False Promise. Red Panda's going to be next. Yang, he might follow suit. And he will. Eurus
What?
goes down. Full team wipe. No casualties on VICI.
DY is just sat behind the whole of that fight, watching everybody on Elephant hit everybody except him. And he casts Fate's Edict on the OD to keep him alive from all the Lesh damage originally. He then saves him afterwards when he gets starting to get chased down by the physical damage of the Clinks and whatnot. And Elephant are just watching him cast his spells. Like, if this Oracle's able to just sit in the backline and do whatever he wants, then, you know, it's almost impossible to kill anybody. It's like the Zeus all over again.
Yeah, seriously. Except this time it's a 5 position.
Exactly. It's not a core anymore. It's just the 5 just sitting in the backline. And I know that's a bit harsh of me to say because they lose their jump hero in the Earth
Radiant's
Spirit.
bottom tower is under attack.
But I feel like the Oracle was so close to everybody else. It wasn't even like he was far away. Just you know, bit of tunnel vision almost, I think.
Yeah, seriously. I think they saw that.
Radiant's
They might have
structures are
almost gotten the kill there on like the Sven, and they tunnel visioned, and there were a couple heroes well on VICI.
Dire's middle tower
You're not
is
paying
under
attention to
attack.
the Oracle.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I
has
mean,
fallen.
they might have just known he was there, but not paid him enough respect for the hero, right? Maybe
Yeah.
they, I don't know. I can't tell you. Going Blink next to Ori as well, I think is nice. Obviously for that setup, for the follow-up stuns and things that can come through, like the Centaur, and they're going to have that double blink eventually, and then this Sven with an axe that can just, you know, get on top of them straight away as well. And all of a sudden, this Sven is so far ahead in net worth. Nobody's ever heard that before.
Yeah, those are new words to this Dota patch. I don't even know what a farm Sven looks like.
That movie poster, I checked it again in between games, is actually so good on the Reddit.
The fact that the talent tree is his emblem.
Yeah.
Actually, my favorite part.
Where's the damage coming from now on the Radiant side? Like, obviously the Lesh is a big one, but with DY having the Fate's Edict, like Centaur has a hood.
Dire are scanning.
Seems like it was the 114 build again on the Centaur. Interesting.
Ag's next on this Sven. We'll see him farm so quickly into that, and anything that's going to be given to him in terms of kills during God Strength is just extra gold for him to get into this Ags as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so I think a lot of the time we've seen Sven's go BKB third item this tournament. But I think this game, the only hero you really want the BKB for is probably like the Lesh and maybe the Night Stalker as well. I think the Ags has a lot of value though, up against like the Omni and things. So I don't mind that, especially because they're playing for in front. The Ags first is going to be really good. They just need to make sure the Oracle can keep the Sven alive because he doesn't have a BKB.
Really, I wouldn't expect you to have much trouble unless Yang's able to get on top of him a little bit better. But for right now, he's going into the Ags and not the Blink Dagger.
Old 11 is looping round here on the Centaur. They put a sentry down.
And he's got a Blink Dagger.
They see him. Yang's pretending he doesn't see him here. This is really clever.
But is it going to be worth it? Because he's already backed out and now he could be blinking back in.
They were just trying to bait him out so that he would do something really silly.
Radiant's
dies to the
middle
Sven.
tower has fallen.
Fair enough. I think that's a Deso on the Clinks, right? Yeah. I'd love to see them try and smoke up here and fight. They have Dark Ascension. How many games have we seen FY have no kill participation at 15 minutes, by the way? This is...
Not many.
This is crazy.
Not many, if any, in my entire career. And I've cast a lot of China. I don't think I've ever seen this.
PYW breaks the smoke of Somnus, and they don't see him, though. They're like, ah, who broke my smoke? This is the problem with smoking at night time, right? If you don't have vision down. That when your smoke breaks, you don't actually see anybody. Which is why you see a lot of teams try and smoke up in daytime instead, so when the smoke breaks, you have that vision to be able to jump somebody straight away.
PYW. He's going into that Ghost Scepter. Or he's going into a Bloodstone. I love that we've seen like 4 or 5 different OD builds.
Yeah, there's a different Night Stalker build this game as well, going Axe, so...
I don't like that Axe.
No, I don't really either. I think, but the way they're looking at this game is we can't really end the game anytime soon.
But
So like they want to split the map up, and the only way Night Stalker does that to shove waves in is by building Axe.
But is that enough if now VICI, they're going to come and put the pressure on you? And the only way that you're going to be able to kill the Sven is if you're able to kill the Oracle. And the way you kill the Oracle is with the Blink Dagger, so you can get in there, silence him, chase him down, and kill him off. But if you don't have that availability to you, then how do you stop him?
I completely agree with you in that sense, but if they're not looking to fight at all, then the Ags make sense. They might be forced to fight, yeah, but they need to just try and keep splitting the map up almost. Like this Centaur's just walking into their jungle, just doing whatever he wants.
Yeah. But, you know, if anybody can make this work, if anybody can prove us wrong, it's going to be Yang. It's going to, like, it's going to be these guys.
Mm-hmm. They really wanted to just get a pick up and head into Roshan. And that was their big... We really want this to happen with this smoke, right? It doesn't work out like that, but... Yeah.
There's the Axe for the Night Stalker.
And I think he has to go BKB next instead of Blink as well. Because if he doesn't go BKB, then he's not going to be able to fight. Like, the Blink is nice to find pickoffs and things, but he'll just get destroyed by, like, this OD center.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Somnus, Yang coming over. Erica got a kill on F-Fly. They'll stun up the Centaur. Do they have the damage? There's the Stampede, so this might allow them to leave. Fortune's End is out. Yang still chasing. Void, False Promise, that gets committed. DY now on the back lines. He's going to die, but the False Promise already got used, so he's fine with dying. They got the two-man stun. They'll end up stealing the Diabolic Edict. He's got his own explosions coming through. They get the kill on Old 11. They look over now at PYW. No Sven, no OD in this fight, and Elephant come out ahead.
Yeah, that's really rough for VICI. Neither of the cores had TP. So, like, they're taking this really good fight. DY's extending everything for so long, and he's like, guys, where are you? And like, oh, we can't get there, buddy. So the 3, 4, 5 of VICI end up dying, and now they're picking out the Roche. Like, can we do this? Like, Lesh almost has Ags now as well. This game's going like much better than I thought it would by this point, after how his laning stage was like,
A disaster.
Here's the Ags on the Sven though. I think you just smoke and go again on VICI. Yeah, looks like Oracle's holding one.
Radiant are scanning.
Ori, by the way, was going into the Bloodstone, picked up the Kaya, now
what?
changing into the BKB.
This damage!
Look over and get the kill on Old 11, but will the Leshrac survive? Ooh, over to the side.
That Centaur just got absolutely destroyed. He has no armor against the Clinks, so he just got torn apart.
Jeez.
Like, Centaur, he died so quickly.
This sustains good.
Yeah, and that Lesh surviving. Just playing around on no HP here.
Now he's got Ags.
FY finally gets an assist. He's like, hell yeah.
All of a sudden, it's just like...
Yeah, they
It's
like
just-
they miss their smoke, and then they take a really silly fight top because the cores can't get there. But, I don't know. This Clinks is gonna be a big threat when he has BKB soon.
A tithe to the impurities.
Well, Erica's not got BKB queued up next either.
Lucky find.
Going Silver Edge. Interesting.
Oh.
Blink. Hoof stop the damage now. FY in trouble. Quick
Yeah,
kill
that's
there
fine,
for
though.
VICI.
That's okay. Like, he gives information, and now they can come in
Coming around the side. We've got the Stampede going to try and stay on DY. Hoof Stomp comes out onto the Leshrac as well as the Omni Knight. Fortune's End. Now the Astro Imprisonment. DY's trying to survive and get False Promise out on Old 11, but he's no longer able to do so. He's been sold out from his team. Sanities comes in, takes out Red Panda. But there's the two-man stun onto the Oracle as well as the Sven. Astro Imprisonment. They've got themselves the buyback onto the Omni Knight. They get the kill there onto DY. Pops the God Strength, but just dies. Triple kill for Eurus. He's going for more. PYW is dead on his screen already. Look at the damage come out from Eurus.
This Clinks is destroying. And this is the problem, like, with Sven, this Axe is really good aggressively, but in these kind of fights where the Oracle has to ult himself and, like, use all his spells on himself, if the Sven doesn't have that defensive capability sat behind him, he just dies.
Yeah.
Because he's going to change it. Yeah, he queues up BKB straight away after that fight. He's like, okay, maybe I do need one. Clinks has BKB now after that with the ultra kill.
Really bad for VICI though. They popped the God Strength into an immediate death.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't been able to achieve anything in the last 5 minutes of the game. This massive lead they had just disappears because it's been 5 minutes of them getting just torn apart in fights. And OD's realised he needs BKB as well. They can't afford to go for this Bloodstone. They need to hit BKB timing on their core so they can actually take these engagements.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Oh, this is... Oh. Okay, they find the Omni.
But it's just the Omni. Ooh, they actually...
He has no buyback.
I like what they got on the Rubik. Heavenly Grace.
Yeah, that's big. I also thought they were going to react to that banishment quicker.
Ooh, they're going to try and make the jump in here. Yours is going to pop the BKB, goes out to the Centaur. He just barely survives and gets out. The Magnetize is going to be placed on a DY. The Astro Imprisonment is going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. They get the kill on Erica. Erica's out by himself. Silence onto the OD. Yang moving in. Damage coming out from Eurus. They get the kill on the DY. And now they've got the stun. Old 11 hits the stun onto both the Earth Spirit as well as the Clinks. But I don't know if it's going to really help Ori. He ends up going down. Old 11 falls as well. It's a 4K lead for the side of Elephant. They go after PYW. He's just able to TP out. Now in a Roche. Elephant go.
Yeah, the Sven tried to jump into the Lesh on the backline and was doing decent damage. But one, he has no BKB, and two, he has no armor. So he's getting torn apart by the Lesh damage and also by the Clinks damage as well. And they basically just gang up on him and kill him straight away with the raw output they have. And now they have Lesh on the Aegis on the Lesh, so one of the better ones to have. Picks up a 24-minute regen rune. Thanks, Gaben. This Clinks is crazy now. The Sven's died like twice in a row, and the one just before that he popped God Strength and didn't get anything with it. Like, he's not been farming ever since he got the Ags, it feels like. And so he's so far away from anything that's going to impact the game now.
This is a rare occurrence to see Sven down by this much in terms of net worth on multiple heroes.
They see PYW with the Ags on the Lesh.
Oh boy.
They weren't sure where he was, but the Ags Lightning Storm procced randomly.
Dire's bottom
And
tower has fallen.
he is there. Are they gonna smoke?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This
Radiant's
is
middle tower is under attack.
gonna be tough here for Vici. It feels like they really missed their opportunity.
Gold remains.
Yeah, they missed their big point in the game, didn't they? Where like their smoke miss, take a bad
top
fight,
tower is under attack.
don't really achieve anything in the next fight either, and then all of a sudden this Clinks and Lesh are massive. And like, the Sven, if he's not able to play from ahead, doesn't feel anywhere near as strong.
Sven hit with the Geomagnetic Grip, so he's silenced up. Here comes Yang. False Promise is there to try and keep him alive. It forces DY out of position. The Rolling Boulder is in again. Purification right onto the Sven, but Boulder kicked away, or Boulder smashed away. And while Erica dead again, DY will fall. And now it's a 10K lead for Elephant. I wouldn't be surprised if Vici are on the cusp here of calling this game. Sven has not made much item progress. He needs this BKB, but Elephant are on the trigger the entire time.
Yeah, remind me to look at the Sven's net worth progression like after 20 minutes this game, when we get to the end. Because it's going to be a pretty flat line. Like you say, he hasn't really achieved anything, so... I don't know. And in fair play, we talked about this Ags on Yang before. It's actually done huge amounts of work. Like, because it extended the game long enough. And then they took these two really good fights. It's now, like, his scaling item, effectively, where he can, like, wave clear and push out lanes and things.
Telekinesis, but Heavenly Grace, they find the kill on the PYW.
Oh, nice to see Sven
middle
lose.
tower has fallen.
Just warms me up inside.
As if,
If he does lose. Yeah, but they might still win. But, DOTA Plus puts it at a 5% chance, so I'll
Are fortified.
take my odds.
Dire's top tower is under
count your
attack.
chickens before they hatch.
Radiant are scanning.
Fair enough.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
They still have Aegis for another minute and a half. I could see them really, like, trying to go for this here. It's like VICI is basically just stuck in their base, you can see. They can't really do anything. So.
Wow. Solar Crest for the Omni.
Lots of tower gold. Which goes Brown Boots, Bassy, Solar Chris. Oh,
Coming out. Oh, two-man stun. Centaur getting false promise, and he's still probably dead. Blinks back, and look at this. Just so bad right now. Doesn't even get the heal off. Old 11 still dies.
Ooh, spider legs. That was a DD on the Clinks, so we should probably mention that. That they killed the Centaur with. So yes, he does a lot of damage, but even more with this. It's crazy.
Dire's bottom
Imagine trying to
tower
defend
is
towers against the
falling.
solar crested Clinks with DD and a Lesh.
$14K lead. Elephant. See if they can finish this game off.
Yeah, what's VICI's plan? They're just sitting around. I mean, Aegis is now gone. So does that mean they feel like they can do something now? They just want to defend off high ground?
I would assume they have to, right?
Nightstalk has Blink coming out now as well, so DY's game gets really difficult. Blink BKB.
Yeah. They almost have the BKB here for Sven, but it's so long after when he needed this BKB that it's become a problem.
He's still like 1,400 gold away. It's not even that close. Considering he's not hitting any creeps at the moment, it's a worry.
Oh, Phil looking for the right move. They're smoked up.
Like it's not even like they have any. Well, they have one ward out in the top lane near the top bounty rune, but yeah, they need to smoke, try and find a kill, but also get vision down here. You see DY's dropping wards.
Oh, Clinks.
They see the Clinks.
Yeah, they spot him. This kill would be massive. Eurus low, Guardian Angel, and now Sven just dies.
My God.
God, the damage from Eurus. Double kill, Ori. He's trying to survive with the BKB as well as the Blade Mail. Sanity's dropped. GG called. We're going to a game 3.
Omni Night Gaming. What a hero. Yeah, glad we get to see a game 3. I mean, VICI will be really disappointed with themselves. I think, like, the Ags, in theory, could have worked really well, but they didn't hit their timing with it. And then he just regretted that he didn't buy BKB for about every single minute after he bought the Ags. That was, yeah, they collapsed really quickly that game, because they started so well.
Yeah.
Fair play to Elephant. They split the map up, they found pickoffs. No, FY just sat in bot lane for the first 20 minutes of the game, shoving the lane out. Yeah, Sven's net worth at 20 minutes is 11,620. And then at the end of the game, 10 minutes later, he's gained 2,000 net worth. So for the last 10 minutes of the game, Sven has 200 GPM.
Jeez.
That's rough.
Yeah, for sure. And it was a really good start from them on VICI.